lying to yourself is the fastest way to achieve success. And when you understand what lies are and how they're powerful and how they can propel you to the next level, you will be able to see insurmountable success than what you have right now. And I've been grateful to work with entrepreneurs, with high achievers, creatives, to help them see more success. And even I've done it for myself. And the power of lies is one of the ways that I've been able to achieve the success that I've achieved and helped others do it. So we're going to talk a little bit about lies and how you can utilize lies for yourself to be able to have success. So I want you to understand this, that all faith, doubt, and all that is the same thing, right? Faith and doubt, I can't spell, are on the same scale. They're on the same scale. So if you understand that faith and doubt are on the same scale, you will start having success. And this is a terribly drawn scale. And what I want you to understand is this, is that when you are lying to yourself, we're talking about lies, that literally faith and doubt are the same thing. Doubt is faith, but it's faith in a negative outcome. Faith is belief in a positive outcome, right? That's like in the Bible it says, faith without works is dead. It says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So you have to ask yourself, what are you hoping for? What are the things that have not been seen that are going to manifest because you are telling yourself the right lies? Now, what happens for a lot of people is that they constantly lie to themselves, right? We all lie to ourselves. And the lies determine what we see, right? The lies determine what we see, right? And what that means is whatever we lie about, whatever we tell ourselves, we start to see. So if you're a person who lies about and says you're not good enough, right? That you don't have enough money, that you have no money, that every man is bad, or women are gold diggers, right? All of these are lies. No matter what, right? They're all lies, because at the end of the day, what you see is your reality. What you see, you start seeking, right? Asking, you shall receive. Seeking, you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened up to you, right? Those are the words that Jesus said. And those are esoterically powerful, because just because you ask for something doesn't mean it's going to be good. You can ask for something bad. Asking, you're going to receive it, right? If you seek something bad, you're going to find something bad. If you knock on a bad door, you're going to have bad things open up to you. Same thing for the positive. So what does that mean about the lies? What lies do we tell ourselves, right? We have this inner voice in our head, or we talk to ourselves, and 9 times out of 10, you're telling yourself negative things. And that could be because of past experiences, right? Because all thoughts are not equal, right? What you want to be having are the thoughts that get into your heart, right? Which are emotionally charged thoughts. So what is that? What are emotionally charged thoughts? Emotionally charged thoughts are the thoughts that you have that give you emotions that you feel, right? That's why Solomon said, the wisest man in the world, he said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so shall he be. Why didn't it just say as a man thinketh, right? Because you can have thoughts, and if they have no emotions in your heart, no feeling behind it, it doesn't mean anything, right? Because I want you to understand this: your emotional energy is what controls your subconscious. Hopefully I can spell, and I can't spell. but your emotional energy is what controls your subconscious. Like whatever you feel emotionally, that's what enters into your subconscious and what plays out into your reality. This is why two people can be going through the same experiences, the same situations, and have two totally different outcomes. Not because one person is better than the other person, not because one person may be smarter than the other person, but simply because they have different emotional thoughts. That's why two people can be from the same neighborhood, the same school, the same family, and have two different outcomes. One person can be from the same family, same parents, and one be a drug addict, and another person be a millionaire. Not because one person's smarter, not because they have the different environments, but because they have different thoughts. Right? So how can we lie to ourselves the correct way to understand? So first of all, we have to understand what we're currently thinking. So you need to audit, right? The first step is you need to audit your thoughts. And not just your thoughts. Let's say this. Audit your emotionally charged thoughts. I can't spell, Lord. So you have to audit your emotionally charged thoughts. So what are the thoughts you have that you have an emotional attachment to? Because those are the lies you're telling yourself. Because guess what? Whatever you believe is going to happen, you haven't seen it yet. So if you believe your business is going to make you a millionaire, it hasn't happened yet, physically, in reality. But because you have an emotional belief that you're going to be a millionaire, you start setting it in motion, right? It's already happened. But if you have that same emotional belief that, oh, this business isn't going to work, right? You've already set it in motion, and you're going to have a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You get self-fulfilling prophecy. God, I can't spell it down. Self-fulfilling prophecy. And what are these? These are just you telling yourself something and it happens, right? How many times have you told yourself, oh, this won't work, and it doesn't work? Not because it can't work, not because it doesn't want to work, but because you've effectively killed what could work because of your emotionally charged thoughts, right? So you have to audit your thinking. You have to audit, right, your thoughts, right? Now we have to say, okay, what emotionally charged thoughts can I enter in to my subconscious, to my brain, that I can think about, that I can have emotional feelings towards, to make me to get to where I want to be and to manifest the life and the reality that I want to live, right? Because there's God's formula. It's God's formula: be, do, have. And I may make a video really going depth, but be. I have to become. I have to be. That's right. You're a human being, not a human doing, not a human having. You're a human being. So you have to become. How do I become? Becoming happens through my beliefs, my thoughts, my conviction, my expectations, right? My feelings, my emotions. So I have to figure out, what are my beliefs, what are my thoughts, what are my convictions, what are my expectations, what are my feelings, what are my emotions, and those are going to be the lies that I'm telling myself. If I believe that I'm going to make $1 billion, and I have an emotional connection, I have had the feeling that I would feel if somebody was congratulating, if I had it already, like if I was already experiencing it in the third dimension, if I was already experiencing it in the physical plane, right? That is a lie that I would tell myself that will affect my vibration, which will change my vibration, which would change my frequency, which would change my, right, mental nudges / intuition, which would influence my actions, right? Your actions, the actions that you take, don't matter that much if your beliefs are not correct. Because that's what, if you have the wrong beliefs, you have the wrong frequency, you have the wrong mental nudges, intuition, you're going to take the wrong actions, right? But that's all about the lies that you tell yourself. So you got to figure that out. So you have to audit your beliefs. Now, after you audit your beliefs, you have to decide, okay, what beliefs do I need to have and what beliefs do I need to throw away, right? I want you to understand that. Understand this. Everybody likes being changed. Like, I know a lot of people say, I don't like change. No, people love change. They just don't like being changed, right? Because being changed requires you to shift yourself from the old you to who you are currently. So in order for you to become a changed person, you need to let go of who you are currently and take new beliefs and thoughts so that way you can have success, right? You are where you are right now because of the lies you told yourself. If you ever lied to yourself and said, I'm not worth it. If you lied to yourself and say, this is hard. If you lied to yourself and say, I'm poor, I'm not rich, I don't have the money, I don't know what to do. Like, when you tell yourself these lies, they become a part of you, and now they change what you see, right? Your beliefs, what you see is controlled by your beliefs. What's on your radar screen? What's on your GPS, right? I want you to think about when you are thinking about a car or something, you start seeing that car on the road, right? I was thinking about a car the other day, and I just started seeing a bunch of them on the road. And it's not because they were never there, but I was changing my radar screen to see cars, to see that specific car, because of the lies I was telling myself, right? Because I want you to understand, what we do is that we have situations. Situations happen, whether it's that you lose your girlfriend, your business fails, you get a sale, you have a win in this area, you get an A+ on your test. You have situations. Now, what we do with these situations is that we put a frame around it. Now, that frame can either be positive or negative. Now, if we focus on the negative, we start having negative emotions, negative thoughts toward that situation, which causes us to tell ourselves negative lies about the situation, forcing all of our focus, all of our energy, all of our perspective, all of our conviction and concentration towards this negative, only to produce more negative. Whereas if we see the positive in a situation, right, what it does is it focuses on what we gain, what we win, the abundance from the situation. So all of our focus, all of our conviction, all of our emotions, all of our expectations go to the positive, which in turn produces more positive. Right? So when you're in a situation, let's say I had this actually happen with a client. I'll tell this story. I had a client and her business was declining, right? Her business was declining. So she took that declining situation and her focus was on the negative. She was telling herself negative lies about said situation. So she was telling herself that, she was blaming the season. She said, my business is going down because during the season, the business always declines. She was telling herself, I need to fire employees. She was saying, maybe I need to sell something different. Something different. She was telling herself all these lies. Maybe it's the ads. Right? She was telling herself all these things. So it's causing her to tell these lies to her about her business. The season. I got to fire all these employees. My team. She's telling them, my team is inefficient. She was telling me all these things. And because she believed those lies, she set belief in motion, right? Which she had doubt, but all doubt is faith for negative outcomes. So she started setting belief in faith for more negative outcomes. So all she was doing is seeing her business continuously go down. Her business was going down continuously. But then I had a conversation with her, and I shifted her beliefs to seeing what are the positives for this situation. Because there's no such thing as problems, there's only situations. You either see the problems or you see the opportunity. So I said, okay, it's going down. What is it? Boom. I said, okay. We started thinking about, okay, it's not the season. Maybe it's the content. Maybe I just got to figure out how to get better content. Maybe I got to figure out how to find more better employees. Maybe I just need to figure out where am I not efficient on. And when she started focusing on this, it literally changed everything completely in the business, right? To where when she started focusing on the right things that gave success, what happened? Her business went up, right? Now, what she was telling me, she started believing. We switched her lies that she was telling herself. So the first lie we started telling ourselves was, every month my business can double. Or she started telling herself, oh, my team can be more efficient. We started switching all the current lies for new lies and figuring out, okay, let's neutralize the emotion of the lies of self-doubt, right? And let's plug in new lies, right? Which is, the new lies were just belief in the positive. So we started changing those beliefs. And what happened? She started seeing different things. What happened was she saw one of her competitors was making 10x what she was making a month. And she thought it was because of one thing. But that was because all the lies that she was telling herself before, the doubts and the negative things she was telling about her business, was having her focus on the wrong thing. And she was looking at the stats wrong. So when she changed the lies and she started thinking positively, and she started changing the lies to the abundance lies, right? What happened? She started seeing things different to the point where she realized, oh no, their business is doing this. I was looking at the wrong numbers, and she started implementing, oh, we need to get more affiliates, and we need to get more people marketing our products. I was focused on the team not being efficient. She was focused on not having the money. She was focused on not having changing the product. Well, no, it was that she just had to do it in a different way, but she wasn't focused on a different way because she was telling herself all these doubts, all these negative lies, and she started telling herself new lies where she started seeing different things, and now she started having different mental nudges so you can take different actions. And what happened? Literally 30 days later, she had the most sales she had in the last 2 months. She didn't change anything in her business. She didn't change what she was selling. She didn't change the content. She literally just focused on a different aspect, and she started seeing different opportunities. And that can happen whether it's your business, whether it's your family, whether it's your health, wealth. It doesn't matter. All of this is intertwined. Whatever thing you want to manifest, whatever thing in your reality you want to change. So one, audit your thoughts. But number two, right, hopefully you're taking notes too, is you need to neutralize your negative emotions and your positive ones, but we're really talking about the negative. Neutralize your emotions. What does neutralize your emotions mean? Right? There's a law called the law of rhythm. And what does that say? When you swing one way, this pendulum has to swing. It's a law of rhythm. So if you're, and we're going to say positive too. We're going to talk about it right now. If you're too positive, the law of rhythm says you're going to swing back the other way at the same amount. Which is why there's people who preach this, there's a whole bunch of spiritual people saying, you got to think positive. You got to be positive. Yes, I mean, don't Yes, you want to be positive, but when you're overly positive, over emotional, like you're trying to jump and you're trying to scream, those people have crashes where they feel like they're depressed and they want to, you know, hurt themselves, or they want to quit and give up. It's not because they can't do it. It's because they swung too far into the wrong direction. They didn't normal. It wasn't a normal emotion, right? That's why you see people who get so excited about this thing. Oh, I'm about to start this new business. I'm about to start this new venture. And then they get super excited, and then trials and tribulations start happening, and then they swing back the whole opposite way, and then they quit or they give up and they say, oh, it's not for me. Or you see people get into this new relationship and they're the most excited they've ever been. Oh, this person's the best person ever. And then trials and tribulations happen, situations start happening, then they swing back. Oh, this is the worst relationship ever. I'm about to break up, blah, blah, blah. It's not because of those things. It's because they're swinging too large in the wrong direction. So what you have to do, you have to neutralize your emotions. And what does that mean? That means you need to normalize where you want to be. Right? Because the universe will only give you what's normal to you. So what happens for a lot of people is that they take enough losses. They take L after 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 L, that those L's become normal. So when they're having these lies and they're telling thoughts, right, doubt comes in. Doubt, the lies that they can't do it, they can't, it won't happen. Those things become normal because they've been taking so many L's that they've normalized it. So now what happens is winning the W's is not normal. The opposite of normal would be, God, my brain just went away. Special, let's just say it's special, right? So these are special occasions, W's. So now they put those on a pedestal. So what happens is, if you start putting winning, if you start putting success at a pedestal, you are saying that you are beneath winning. You are beneath success. You are beneath positivity. So it would never be there for you because you would never have something that's beneath you. The same way, if you're in a relationship and you won't put up with cheating, that's beneath you. So you won't be in a relationship where you get cheated on because that's beneath you. You won't accept it. If you make $100,000 a year, I bet you $20,000 a year is beneath you. So you won't accept anything less than your ceiling. I mean your floor, right? So, but if you start putting winning, success, things that are not doubt under you, you will be at a point where now, because it's not normal, the universe will only give you what is normal to you. God will only bless you with what is normal to you. So you have to normalize that. All right, you have to normalize your emotions by equalizing it and saying this is normal. Winning for me is normal. Like, I don't get too excited with winning. I'm not saying I don't celebrate myself. I'm not saying I don't say this is good, but it is normal. It is supposed to happen this way, right? And when you start telling your lies, it's like success is supposed to happen this way for me, and you start seeing those things, it will start beginning. When you start visualizing you being successful, you start feeling those actual emotions, where, oh, this is the emotion I would feel. Right? And when I say feel the emotions, you need to feel the emotions for who you are. Right? You may be a person that's like me. I'm a calm person. Like, I don't really jump and cheer. Like, that's not me. So I feel an emotion of calm and peace. Like, some people, you're super hyper. Like, if you have some success, like you jump and you cheer, you scream, you start dancing, that is your normal emotion. Like, so be you. Be who you are. Right? Whatever your emotion is. But make sure you neutralize them. Make it normal for you. Whatever that lie is in your life. Right? And I'm using the word lie, right? Because we all lie to ourselves daily. Whether it's good lies or bad lies, right? And those lies that propel you forward or set you back. Because belief is just a lie because you haven't seen it yet. in reality. And your doubt is the same lie because you haven't seen it yet in reality. You're pre-playing either positive or negative, right? When you have lies, that's doubt. That doubt turns into anxiety. And anxiety is assuming a negative outcome. So when you assume a negative outcome, you start feeling those emotions of, you get cold sweats, you get super anxious, you get super like jittery, like you're looking over your shoulder, right? Because the lie is doubt and then turns to anxiety. But if you have the same lie and it's belief, is faith, that turns into expectation. And expectation is assuming a positive outcome. And when you assume a positive outcome, you will start seeing more success for you, your life, your reality, your family, whatever. And when you start doing these things, success is going to happen and it's going to be quick. Like, this seems so simple, but guess what, guys? It's supposed to be simple. Don't overcomplicate this. I know you may be watching this video like, this is super simple. Like, I knew this. Yes, it's this simple. This is a simple step for you to start achieving more. Simply by lying to yourself. Simply by doing what you're already doing. Because some of you are already lying to yourself, but you're telling yourself the lies that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve a healthy relationship, that all men are bad, or that I'm poor, I don't have money. Like, you already tell yourself these lies. Switch the lies up. Start telling yourself good lies, but making sure that you neutralizing the old lies so that way you don't feel more like a fraud with the new lies. What happens is people don't neutralize the negative, so when they take the positive and they start trying to talk the positive and change the inner self, they start even feeling worse because the negative lies that they've been telling themselves are so strong. They have such a stronghold on them that until you neutralize those, right, you won't be able to have the benefit of seeing the positive outcome. But when you start doing that, you're going to start seeing the success for you. You're going to start being able to start seeing the things you want to start seeing. You're going to start seeking and finding and being able to identify the positive things and the things that you want for your life to happen. But that's only going to start happening when you make a decision to tell yourself the right lies, and so that way you can have the success that you really want in your life.